Hello?
Hello, Jughead. This is Archie. Come over right away. It's a matter of life or death.
Oh, relax, Archie.
Attention, all true believers. Marvel Comics is on the air.
The friend of the unfortunate, enemy of criminals. In reality, Dan Garrett, a rookie patrolman, loved by everyone but suspected by none of being the Blue Beetle.
Boys and girls, your attention, please. Presenting a new exciting radio program featuring the thrilling adventures of an amazing and incredible personality. Faster than an airplane, more powerful than a locomotive, impervious to bullets.
Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, Yo Joe. It is time for the Geek Chat, and we are going to be reviewing G.I. Joe #1 from Skybound Image. We got a lot to talk about, so let's get going. Hey everyone, I am Beardy Rich here on the Geek Chat on the Experience. And I'm riding solo right now because Dez is stuck on BART. Somewhere in Lafayette or something like that. I don't know where it is. It's in the East Bay somewhere. So I am here, and originally we were going to talk about the Marvel trailers, but since it's just me, I got to talk about this week's Superman and Lois. Hey, Bar Lord, welcome in everyone. Wow, what a craziness. Remember, we do spoilers here. It just aired this past Monday. Clark was forced to reveal who he is to everyone, and he went live with it. What a great change to the mythos of a live-action Superman show. Crazy good. Like, Tyler Hoechlin, I think that's how you say his name. He is an amazing Clark Kent Superman. And one of the best things, and something that I've noticed that has been missing from the Superman and Lois show, is Jimmy Olsen. Well, guess what? We learn what happened between Clark Kent and Jimmy Olsen. And it all relied on Clark's secret. You know, sometimes the secrets that the superheroes have to have drive wedges into their lives. And that's something, I hope we get to it today. One of the books we're going to be talking about later is Amazing Spider-Man with the new writer. And as I was reading it, Monday's episode of Superman and Lois crept in. It's kind of the complete opposite of what's been going on in the Ultimate Spider-Man. Because in Ultimate Spider-Man, his family knows everything. So, interesting. Little things that they're doing different. There's only 3 episodes left for Superman and Lois. We know that they're going to be the Lex power suit is coming, and I'm really hoping that it is a take on the old superpowers. I know they're not going to do the cheesy green, but you know what? Green and purple are Lex's colors, and I hope there's a little bit of green and purple in the power suit. They haven't shown us it, but there was a design for it. And they've mentioned a power suit. So 3 episodes left. The Super Sons, I hope they get costumes. There was a cute little line in this past Monday's episode about Super Friends. No, Wonder Twins. It was Wonder Twins. And, you know, that was kind of cute, keeping the reference within the DC world. Hey, Jabroni Chief, welcome in. So tonight, our giveaway is going to be one of the books we'll be talking about. It is the 1 in 25. I got to get my notes here. It's Black Lightning #1, the all-in DC Black Lightning #1. Cover D, 1 in 25, Juliet NECA cardstock variant. It is a great cover. Thunder and Lightning, they're on the cover. Once again, they're in the book. We will be reviewing this later on. Find out what I thought of it, especially. So to get this great 1 in 25 cover, you need to post hashtag EXPTGC variant to enter. And we hope that Des gets here soon. You know, the funny thing is, Bart, while they want you to take public transportation, Bart and Muni are both kind of unreliable at times. So, you know, but he works there, and hopefully he gets here. And I told him to go up to the conductor and be like, look, I got plans, hurry up. And he's like, no, there's other people too. And I'm like, I don't care about other people, get here. All right, everyone, I guess might as well just start. I mean, it's an X book, and I'm an X fan. I'm not an XX fan yet, though. They haven't totally lost me. But our first book up is going to be the brand new Psylocke ongoing, quotes, ongoing, because we all know how Marvel does with their ongoings. It's all going to depend on sales. Could be 6 issues, could be 9 issues. I doubt anything ever makes it over 12 or 13 now. That's just sadly the way comic books are run. So the writer for this new Psylocke from the Ashes is Alyssa Wong. The artist is Vincenzo Caratu. The color artist is Fer Cifuentes Suju. And the letter is VC's Ariana Mahar. And that cover, the main cover, was by Mahmoud Asrar and Matthew Wilson. I got the Art Germ cover because, you know, Art Germ draws the most beautiful women. So why not? There she is on the cover. But the main cover is actually pretty good. You know, it's showing you what's going on. If you walked up you're in the comic book store and you're like, hey, Psylocke, she's wearing clothes. I guess I'll buy this. You'd be pleasantly surprised when you open it up, though. Hey, Steve, welcome in. I hope you saw what you are going to be entering for. It's a really cool 1 in 25 for Black Lightning. Back to Psylocke. So Psylocke has had quite the history in comic books. First, she was Betsy Braddock in the body of Quanon. That was a mess back then. And then they went back. Betsy got her original body back. And Quanon is now in her original body, I think. I don't know. It's comic book stuff. I did, Steve, and we are going to be talking about it. I cannot wait to talk about it. Yes, the story of Psylocke is a bit convoluted, to say the least. It had the Hand. It had Shinobi Shaw at one point. It had the Mandarin, because she became Lady Mandarin. Why are you... Coog's laughing. Why are you laughing?
Because you can't say that.
It's a character. I can say that. It's a character. So anyhow, everyone, this picks up after the fall of X and all this, because we had a really good Psylocke mini in the beginning of when the X books were relaunched in the Krakoan era. And it was about her and her daughter. So now we have this, and she is with Grey Crow, which was, we can't say it was Scalp Hunter. We can say anything we want. It was the name of the character. But they changed it. He's now Grey Crow. And they are an item. They are two weapons, blah, blah, blah. So Psylocke starts off, and Scott benches her from the team. And she's quite upset, and she doesn't know what to do with herself, you know? So off hey, you, welcome.
Hi. Sorry, everybody, for being late. When you take public transportation, that is the risk you take. But yeah, I'm here now, and you seem to be talking about Psylocke.
We are trying to get through her convoluted origin.
What convoluted origin? I liked it.
Her origin back in the 90s?
Well,
it was very convoluted.
The thing about it is I never really the whole Quanon thing.
Quanon.
I never really like got that because I know that her body was taken and they put Betsy in it,
Yep.
and Betsy, was doing this, and they split them. And yeah, I always thought Betsy was Psylocke, and she's been Psylocke for forever. And then, now they're really kind of like making this distinction that she is her own character, and
Yep.
Betsy now is Captain Britain, and it's like, okay, so
Yep.
So that's why I thought it was kind of a breath of fresh air to kind of have a story about her, because to tell you the God's honest truth, I really don't know anything about the character.
So you don't remember in the beginning of the whole Krakoan era, she had a miniseries dealing with her daughter.
I didn't even read it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So Steve, I did not watch it, but tonight when we're watching YouTube, I will definitely search for this Robot Chicken Joe parody. All right, we'll look that up.
It's a Robot Chicken Joker parody. Oh, Joe parody.
G.I. Joe.
Oh, okay.
Welcome, Zax.
Yes, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming in again. Sorry to derail you. What were you talking about? Scott benches her.
Okay, so anyhow, Scott benches her, and so she is kind of lost, but she has her own. What is it? What is the person from the whole James Bond thing that gives the orders?
Oh, that would be
Q, whatever. So she's got her own Q, and they are selling children at an auction.
Mutant children.
And so she goes in, yes, with the mutant growth hormone. So that's back. And it is AIM that is putting on this auction. So she sees these children, and I thought it was really cool. They brought in Pierce and Bonebreaker, or Skullbuster. Yeah. Sorry, Skullbuster and Donald Pierce. Interesting that Donald Pierce still wears a cape, but okay.
Hey, it's the 90s over there. That's fine.
And of course, Psylocke sees this and goes nuts, and the whole thing goes awry. And
it's pear-shaped.
Pear-shaped?
As the kid says. They go pear-shaped.
Oh. And so, yeah. It ends with a really cool picture of Psylocke stepping on Skullbuster. Like, that was pretty cool. The story was actually quite good. I have to say, yeah, I know, right? I have not liked many of these From the Ashes books. I actually enjoyed this. The art, I don't know this artist, but it was doable. It was comic book art. And what you want out of a comic book is some good comic book art.
Yeah. And she
almost
said it. She almost said it. This is the totality of my telepathic powers, and it rends minds, not flesh. And I was like, oh Lord. Like,
oh, Zax is Dad Beardy. Well, hello, Dad Beardy, and welcome in.
Yeah.
I hope
hello,
not
Lyle.
too cold there.
It's probably.
And hey, Lyle.
I liked it too. I thought it was okay. But the thing that took me out of it is when all these super spies and all this other people just kind of like lose their ish because they see something that is like traumatizing, and I'm like,
yeah,
come on, keep it together, girl. That reaction from a trained assassin, and I was just like, okay, I get it. You have a bit of PTSD, you're feeling left out, you have this extra stuff, you got your little boy toy on the side, but come on.
I will also say I like the way he drew Scott. Scott was not a 15-year-old boy in this book. He was a little bit older, and I really appreciated that. And one of the things that I get down on artists about are backgrounds. And I have to say, this artist put backgrounds, except for when fighting scenes and powers were there, the pages were filled. And I really appreciate that out of an artist, especially someone new like this.
Yeah. So what else did you talk about? I'm sure you told everyone about our fantastic magical giveaway of
I did
Black Lightning #1.
I did.
Sweet. Did you talk about the trailers at all?
No, I talked about Superman and Lois because that's much more exciting. So on this week's episode, he revealed himself to the people of Smallville and then the world. So everyone knows Clark Kent is Superman.
Oh, I thought.
And the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because if we do get to Spider-Man today, I have some thoughts.
Well, why don't we talk about Spider-Man next?
Do you wanna?
Yeah, let's do it.
And then we'll do G.I. Joe after the break.
Sure.
All right, JD, pull up that last image, please.
The Spider-Man, the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. The
8 Deaths of Spider-Man. I, of course, got this is Coog's copy. I did not purchase this book. I did not want to. But Coog got the Disney What If Avengers Disassembled cover.
Okay.
It's a great little homage cover.
As you can tell, I'm not fully beardy. I'm black goatee Dez at this point. Steve, so no, I can never grow my beard out to match anything as magnificent and luxurious as Beardy Rich over there. It's much too, mine be all curly into itself and like a giant afro hanging off my face, and I can't have that. Nope.
Oh my God, that's a new look you could do.
No,
we'll call it the low top.
The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. Let's go. No, Spidey does not have 9 lives. He has 8 lives. That's because he has 8 legs. Get it? Spiders have 8 legs. So you hated it, right?
I did not.
Him. So okay. So first and foremost, we always talk about what we're going to talk. We always text each other about what we're going to talk about with everybody. And so I put this on here because it's a new direction. It's an event. It's not a number 1, and there's a new writer. And I was thinking, okay, let's try it. And he was like, no. And I was like, yes, we have to try it. And I said, well, okay, you don't have to read it, but I'll read it and I'll talk about it. And then I send the experience an outline of what we're going to talk about, the images and everything. And there was no images. And so he's like, I read that for nothing. I was like, we're definitely talking about it.
I was so ticked. I was so ticked.
And I said, so tell me how you really liked it. And he just sent me an emoji of a garbage can. And I was like, wow. I was like, damn, it's not that bad. Okay, why did you not like it?
Okay, so first off, I'm so not looking forward to Marvel's big event next year. I'm not a Doom fan at all. I like him in small doses. The last thing I actually liked him in was the Children's Crusade. And how long ago was that? Looking forward to whoever's gonna, write this, because it was Joe Kelly. So let's get this out of the way. Joe Kelly is back, and he's writing Amazing Spider-Man. And I was like, oh my God. The penciler would shock the hell out of me that this was Ed McGuinness. I did not get Ed McGuinness at all from this book.
I can see it in his faces, but he's definitely, his art style has definitely changed a bit.
Mark Farmer did the inks. Marcio Menez did the coloring. Nico Henrican did the dream sequence. And I remember that name from the old New X-Men way back when. Because I'm pretty sure he did like a dream or the demon sequences in Scotty Young's run. Like that was I'm talking a long time ago. Mm-hmm. And the letter was Joe Caramagna. So I'm reading this. And I'm like, who the hell is this art? Oh, this art is terrible.
Really?
And then I get to the end and I was like, I'm not a fan of his new style.
I actually liked it.
I was like, what?
Okay, so you didn't like the art.
Okay, I didn't.
Even
though I know it's him now. But the story was so tiresome. I am so sick of Peter Parker being like, oh, I can't have a life. Oh, I have to lie to everyone. I'm over it. And it was driven hard in this issue. Hard. Joe Kelly, we've moved on. Haven't we? I guess we haven't.
You haven't. This is they refuse to let him grow or change or anything. I mean, hell, Kitty Pryde has done more growth than he has.
Yeah.
And it's so okay, aside from Peter being the quintessential Peter, how he always is portrayed, I thought the story was actually pretty fun. I think it's a fun story. It doesn't really have it. I mean, they say it has stakes because he has to fight the 8 scions of Sidorak and all this other stuff. So for that, I'm like, okay, it's kind of cool, and he dies every time he fights one of them. He has to die. And that's what he comes back. But as he comes back, he's basically, he's basically his whole body is basically reconstructed, and it's very painful. And then Doctor Strange shows.
Yeah, that's the only thing I actually liked.
Oh, his all mangled body and all that at the end.
And he's in pain as he comes back. Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's a nice take on resurrection. That's why.
Yeah. But I like it. I think it'll be fun to see the scions of Sidorak. I like what's going on with Doctor Strange right now, not having a body, and Doom being kind of being the Sorcerer Supreme. Although I didn't realize that the cape came with the Sorcerer Supreme thing. I thought, it was just the Eye of Agamemnon, blah, blah, blah. So, but I kind of liked it. I thought it was fun. I'll read it. I mean, I collect Spider-Man, so I'll read it. But it's definitely a trade, like, waiting to happen. Like, this is going to be a
definitely.
Trade, so.
Steve asked you a question.
Steve says, are the Crimson Bands of Sidorak involved? No, not the Crimson Bands of Sidorak, the actual god Sidorak. As Stephen Strange, when he first became the Sorcerer Supreme, he was trying to safeguard the Earth realm. There's your Mortal Kombat right there. Save the Earth realm, and so he went to the realm of Sidorak, and basically there's this tomb, and he said, "Hey, I will fight to protect this." And so every so often, every couple years, there's a Mortal Kombat in which he has to fight the 8 scions and defeat them. But every
couple of years, that's never happened.
Well, you know how it is. It happened off panel somewhere, but this is the first one. So that's basically where it is. So he does not, to my knowledge, do the Crimson Bands of Sidorak. No. However, he does do like the wacky webs of something or another. He calls out his spells, and then the guy says, the villain says,
don't call out our spells.
We don't normally call out our attacks. I thought that was kind of funny. So, but
that goes back to Jason Aaron, doesn't it? Wasn't Jason Aaron always doing stuff like that?
Yes, I think Jason Aaron was the one.
Or was it Bendis?
No, it was Bendis. Sorry, Bendis was the one that did that. Bendis was the one that started naming all the different spells that he would cast and giving them names and stuff. So, but it never really caught on. So,
all right, guys, we have to go to our first break. We're running a little behind, so we will be right back with G.I. Joe. Yo, Joe.
Twitch. It's not just what happens when you have too many energy drinks anymore. Check out our content over there too.
Boring old Tuesday.
Kick it! Anyway, let's get to it.
Henri Copen scours collections and comic shops to bring you the biggest deals on beautiful comics.
I'm very eager to sell these books.
Plus, he smashes those other boring sales shows. Henri's got fire, excitement, personality, key books, Momo books.
60 Momo books for you.
A cute dog. Weird accents.
69, bro!
A wheel of skid bark?
They do wheel spins at the end of every show.
You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll score huge bargains.
That is Haktua magic right there, all right?
Kicking it with Henri. Tuesday nights. Part of the experience.
everyone, welcome back. You are watching the Geek Chat on The Experience. I am Beardy Rich.
And I'm Black Goatee Little Beardy Desmond. Nice.
Little Beardy.
Little
So
Beardy.
real quick, I just want to say, Steve, it's really funny about Sidorak making Spidey, you know, like the Juggernaut, because in this week's Uncanny X-Men, the girl on the horse turns into a flaming Juggernaut on a horse. And even the horse has the Juggernaut's helmet. It is ridiculous and stupid, and I love Gail Simone for doing that. But anyhow, so this week's 1 in 25 variant giveaway is Black Lightning #1 by, I gotta get my cheat by Juliet NECA. And I hope that's how we say your name. That is a gorgeous cover. I don't think Lightning would, well, Thunder would be in that outfit. Isn't very superhero-ish saving people, but Lightning certainly is. So I love it. I love it. Great cover pick.
Thank you. Hi, Kenneth.
Hey, Kenneth. So
Joe's better be aware of the trouser snake.
That is, yeah, something to do with, yeah. Okay. I've been waiting to talk about this with you. I got to read this about a month ago, but wait. They did not show the last couple of pages. So I had no clue what this. I had no idea.
Oh.
And I have to tell you that one of my favorite Joes ever was him. Ever. I have him. I had him. He was my first, one of my first ones. I wanted to get it out to show you guys. I have the giant version action figures that they did. Love him.
The 12-inch
Love
one?
him. Yeah, bigger.
Oh,
bigger. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are going to do.
These Cobras don't miss.
No, I can't wait to unpack this. So, Energon Universe. Been waiting for this. We've had Transformers. We've had a bunch of minis, but now we have G.I. Joe #1. Writer is Joshua Williamson. Amazing writer. I've loved his stuff. Jordi Belair. Oops, sorry. Jordi Belair is the colorist. You got to go over. Tom Riley is the artist. Jordi Belair is the colorist. Russ Wooten is the lettering. So this is a wraparound cover. The back half of the cover is the Cobra side.
Wow.
I had to get many of the variants that came because
so
the variants
many
were amazing.
Damn variants. What
so
the hell?
Many variants.
What
I mean,
the hell?
This gave Dynamite a run for its money on the variants.
So many.
Yes.
Crazy.
So
that's why I didn't like when I was had the option. I didn't get any of them. I was like, no, thank you. So for the giveaway, I was like, no, let's do something else because there's like way too many.
Yeah. So we got the debut of the Joe team.
With the Baroness. I can't wait for her to turn traitor.
Same thing. I can't wait. And it's funny because on the second page, Joshua Williamson not second page. It is the third page. Joshua Williamson kind of ruins the ending. It's a great little nugget to put in that, as you can see, he's got a big heart and loyal to the day he dies. So remember, we do spoilers. JD, throw the little spoiler thing up. The team is consisted of Rock and Roll. Well, Stalker.
He might not be dead.
I had him. Cover Girl. Didn't have her because I didn't have a Wolverine. Clutch. I had him because my dad bought me the Jeep. The Baroness. Yes, that is the team right now. And a guy named Risk. And I don't know who that is. He is the guy on the cover. Huh?
Where's Shipwreck? Where's Roadblock? Where's the ones that I know?
They're coming.
They better.
They're coming.
What's the other ninja's name? Kicks or some crazy Jinx and
Quick Kick. Jinx is the female. Jinx was actually in the Scarlet.
No, I know that, but I need my Quick Kick.
You need your quick. I do too. I had him too. I had so many of these guys. Yes. He is a new member, Risk, and he went in. You're not supposed to have any guns, and he took down oh my God. The line work in this is great. I'm telling you, I don't know Tom Riley. I'm not familiar with his work. But this was a really good on paper cartoon. Like the figures Destro looked amazing.
Yeah. When Cobra Commander pointed that gun at him and they showed the new weapon, I got wrong. I had weird. Von
I want to say funny thing, Cobra La. I can, but I'm not going to.
Yeah,
I'm not going to.
You blow out our eardrums.
Yes.
I liked it too. I thought it was fun. I thought it was everything that it was building up to be. I can't wait for two things. One, the Baroness to finally turn on G.I. Joe, and I cannot wait for more of the connective tissue between G.I. Joe and the Transformers. Like,
right.
I want to see more of that because they have taken their sweet time to kind of introduce the Energon universe. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy that they've taken their time and they've let these stories kind of like gestate and grow on their own. But it's been a year now, so we can start moving a little bit more to kind of connect the two properties just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, for our first issue, I really liked this. It really builds on the foundation of Duke, Cobra Commander, Destro, Scarlet, although Scarlet isn't in this.
Nope.
So I kind of wonder how Scarlet's going to join the fray. So I'm sure what's going to happen is Scarlet's going to come in after Baroness bounces out. Because you can only have two females in these teams. You know that, right? That's just the rule. That's like G.I. Joe rule number 1. You can only have 2 women on a G.I. Joe squad.
So another thing I really loved about this book is they explained how they get lasers.
Yeah.
And think about this. We all were kids watching this cartoon and they were just, lasers. Here though, I love how Cobra and Destro especially, is using the Energon that he found in the Cobra Commander miniseries. Cobra Commander found the Energon, brought it back.
Yeah.
Destro was then using this and creates the laser gun.
I mean, it was
that.
Yeah.
It's the origin of the lasers in G.I. Joe.
And
it's great.
Yeah, and it's a better use of the Tesseract than they ever did in Marvel. Like, I'm just saying. I just think Destro, is a better. He just did it better than any of the people in in Marvel, making Captain Marvel and all that other stuff. No, you make weapons with it.
Yeah, I really did enjoy the flow of this, going from the beginning where it's a training exercise and things go wrong, and then you have them going into battle and things go really wrong. And yes, there's a death. I'm not going to tell you who.
We already said who it is.
Well, they can read between the lines.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Stop, Steve. No, don't do that.
I saw that too.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I'm glad Paul's not paying attention to the chat because he'd be like, "Oh my God." Yeah. But yeah, I like this. I thought it was fun. It's new, but it's not so new that it alienates the old fans. So
I think if you're an old fan of G.I. Joe, if you read The Devil's Due, if you read any of the G.I. Joe books that have ever been out, there's been a ton of them through different companies. I like that they're going back to basics. I like that it is the start of the team. And I really like the connective tissue between Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
We see in this book, we see Optimus Prime, and we see a part of one of the Transformers, we don't know who, that they're trying to keep safe. And that's when Cobra comes in.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite panels is when Duke throws the Cobra guy out of right in the air. I'm like, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And when you said it was a great comic book adaptation of the cartoon, I totally agree with you. Yeah.
I'm loving it. Go get this book. Get one of the many hundreds of covers. Go buy this if you are a G.I. Joe fan, if you're a fan of G.I. Joe, Transformers. Hey, Eddie, welcome in.
Welcome back.
Oh, wow. I loved this book. I'm so glad we finally got to talk about it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So the next book up is from Dark Horse Comics, and it has some good writers attached. Did that save this book? Let's find out. The next book up is Arcbound from Dark Horse Comics. The writers are Scott Snyder, yes, Scott Snyder, and Frank Thierry. I love both of those writers. The character development was by Tom Hardy. If the name sounds familiar, it's because that's actor Tom Hardy, who's Venom. And I don't remember. We talked about this on a show a long time ago when we read something written by a famous person. And the viewers, we were all chiming in about how much does this actor actually
that was
contribute?
Moon Man, and it was Kid Cudi. We were about, yeah.
And the art was by Ryan Smallman. Colors are by Frank William. Letters are by Buddy Beaudoin. And that cover was by Ryan Smallman. And then there were covers B, C, D, E, F. So even Dark Horse is now getting in on the multiple
coming to a streaming service near you in the near future is Arcbound, starring our man Tom Hardy. I tell you,
right?
This is exactly what it was. This is a what would be called? This is a treatment. These are storyboards for the actual series that we're going to get at some point. I can tell you now, this is what this is, and part of me thinks that that's cool for two reasons. One, exposure for the not that these two people need exposure, but it hopefully it'll bring more people to comic book stores or to get this book because it's attached to Tom Hardy and these other people. So that's good. And two, and this is what I really, really hope happens, is if they normalize actors and other creatives coming together to create properties, this might be a much bigger payday for the writers and the artists who are actually making these who are making these properties, because Marvel ain't giving nobody nothing for their stuff. Neither is DC. So if you're a Scott Snyder and you hook up with a Tom Hardy and then they option that for a TV show or a movie or whatever, you're going to get more than the $5,000 that has been reportedly the payout for these people. So for the creatives. So that's what I hope that this does. It more normalizes it. Now, to actually talk about the story, super generic as hell, which is fine if you like that. It was super generic. It was generic. It was generic. It literally felt like an episode of Star Trek, and like a little bit of I want to say like
Starship Troopers.
Yeah, a little bit, but it
could be an episode of Starship Troopers.
Actually, it reminded me a lot of Avatar, and the fact that these people, you have a horrible, evil corporation. Number one, boom, evil corporation. And they are going to planets and they are mining a specific thing, right? They need to mine it. There's a resource. They have to mine it. And then the people that are there, that the colonists, are then being killed and put into robotic bodies to mine for the rest of their lives, right? That's the evil people. And you have the main guy who's like, I don't know about this. This sounds bad. And then you have his friend who is like corporate to the bone. So much so that he basically, spoiler alert, if you had to see it coming, the guy double crosses him. The guy gets ripped in half, and then he gets rebuilt as part Arcbound. Arcbound is the name of the creatures that they put their brains into, are called Arcbound. They're now Arcbound, and they work for this corporation. And so now he's part Arcbound, part human, and now he's like half Terminator, and he has to like fight. Does he want to fight for the colonists? Does he want to fight against the corporation? He has a wife. So it's just it was super generic. I thought the art was very generic. So it's not by generic, that's by no means bad. It's just you've seen it before, it's been done before. And if you like that, then enjoy. But for me, it was just kind of like it was very by the numbers, very, very like color by numbers kind of thing, and which I thought would have been better coming from these two creators. So for me, I was like, what is your mileage?
I'm about the same. I could see Tom Hardy being the main character that gets ripped apart.
100%.
This really did not feel like a story that I care about by the time I got to the end. And I say that because you call it generic. I was just kind of like, I actually didn't read a lot of the panels. It was very wordy of stuff I didn't need to know.
Oh, yeah,
like true. a lot of stuff.
A lot of exposition.
You just didn't care. Show me. Don't tell me. Show me. And it was a little long. I'd have to say the art. I actually thought a lot of the art in places was pretty good. Really? It reminded me of, I loved Chew. Do you remember Chew by John Layman?
Oh, okay.
And Rob.
Now I can see it.
I think his name is Guillory.
Now I can see it.
I fell in love with that book because the writing was very strong and the art was quirky, but he knows what the human anatomy looks like. And I've always said, if you can master the human anatomy, then you can twist it like old Ed McGuinness, like Humberto Ramos, like Scotty Young. You can then twist it into your own art style. And that's how I feel about some of the panels in here. I got heavy Chew vibes from the art, not the story. The story was nothing. And if for everyone here, if you want to read a fun little story, go buy Chew. It is from Image Comics. It's maybe 10 volumes, but it is amazing. It's so good. This book, on the other hand, I love Frank Thierry's writing. I was a huge fan of his through the 90s, especially. I don't think this was Berserker, as JD says. I have to say, as someone who we had many people get Berserker when it first came out because of the name attached. Keanu Reeves really did drive people. And that's another thing. I don't follow Tom Hardy on any of the many social medias. Is he promoting this book? Because I'll tell you,
I don't think so.
When Berserker came out, that Keanu Reeves was promoting that on everything and everywhere and talking about it. So, Mr. Hardy, I don't know if you have been, but you really should be talking about this. So that's going to be, I'm going to go actually look to see.
Yeah.
But I also want to say really quick, what is it? Info reader what is it? How do I get this to move?
What are you doing?
Lost Info. I love variant covers. I love a gimmick. I really love a gimmick. I love it embossed. I love a foil. I love a die cut. I love gimmicks. So, Lost in Info, don't go crazy. What does your eye go to? Do you have an art style you like? That really is about.
Yeah.
So if you want to, if it's an artist you follow, like one of the books we're going to review, I got an artist I love that hasn't been doing comics in a long time, just because I love his art. So when you see all those comics on the rack, don't go too nuts. Just whatever your eye is drawn to, that would be the one. Now it's time for our break, though.
Well, hold on. Before we go, thank you, Experience, for looking and stalking Tom Harding and finding out that he was handicapped, probably by promoting Venom, but he has one post about it on his Instagram. Thank you, Tom. We all appreciate it.
Thanks, Tom. You really did your job.
But we'll be right back after our final break, so please stay tuned and let's see which comic Rich got.
Bye.
Did you know that Arthur, King of the Britons, and Monty Python and the Holy Grail was played by a famous Graham? Check out another famous Graham by following our Instagram.
Something is speaking to you. Just at the edge of your perception. Your senses fill with visions of vortices. 360 Comics. Slowly drawing you to one thundering epiphany.
360 Comics!
360 Comics!
The universe is telling you to shop with 360 Comics. Joe's got amazing stock from high dollar to $5 books from Silver Age to modern, CGC, variant covers, and more. 360 Comics every Wednesday at 9 Eastern, part of The Experience.
Symphonic verses, Nocturne's romance. A song of romanticized darkness, dreaming death by sleep.
Hey everyone, welcome back. You are watching the Geek Chat on The Experience. I'm Beardy Rich.
I'm Little Beardy Dez, and we got time for just about one more before we go into our drawing. So if you haven't already, please take the time, put in the chat, hashtag EXPTGC variant to enter our giveaway. It is this fabulous Black Lightning #1 variant cardstock cover, 1 in 25 by the fantastic Rich. You're up.
By the fabulous. Oh, that's on here. I was looking for the credits on the book we're going to review. Juliet NECA did this variant.
So if you haven't already, please put it in. I don't want to do more. Oh, and Phil, if you're watching last week's winner, please fill out the information again, because I tried to send it to you and the post office didn't have your address. So please, and if you need me to contact you directly, just let me know, and then I can contact you directly. But let me know, because I want to send you your book from last week, because I want to make sure you get it. The XP just put it in there, so please take a moment and fill that out, Phil, and then whoever wins, fill it out as well, so I can send you this awesome cover. Thank you.
All right, so I want to say Garth Wong, easy reader, awesome. See, it's not just me that like Chew. If you want to try something new, go check it out. It's over, it's done, it's complete. All right, everyone. So we have 2 books. I think we should do the Black Lightning since it is our giveaway.
Sure.
I just want to say that the other book we were going to review that I might review next week was Sectars. It's a book it's a book I have been waiting for, and I got the Adam Polina. Do you remember Adam Polina?
Of course.
I love his art. I got his cover. He did a variant cover for this. BB Hardcore Comics
#1
EXP.
Oh,
TGC.
Sorry.
Variant. BB Hardcore says it.
Sorry, I thought you were saying like, what's the number of this issue? It's like, it's #1, so you can start, now if you want. So
all right,
that Sectars. Whoa. Okay. I mean, we can talk about it if you want, but I'm not reading it again. So.
No, we'll talk about Black Lightning.
Okay.
So Black Lightning #1. It's the new all in, because DC is all in on their books, as am I. Writer was Brandon Thomas. What?
You're all in. I just love your enthusiasm. Like, I've never seen you this like pumped for DC in a long time.
Okay. I am shocked that I am so excited because DC has not been good for me in many years. So I'm actually enjoying their books. Okay, so the artist is Fico Asio, and we've read his books before. His art is actually really good. The colors is by Ulysses Areola. I hope I said that right. Yes, it sounds like something else. The letters is by Lucas Gattoni, and that cover right there is by Fico Asi and Ulysses Areola.
I'm getting a lot of Ken Lashley from it.
Yes, I got the Sanford Green variant. Yeah. That is freaking gorgeous.
Yeah, I wish he had that when I met him at New York Comic Con, but it wasn't out yet. But I would love to get that. Yeah.
Okay, so two things. Yes, Barlord. I was actually quite excited for Rebirth when Rebirth started, and then Rebirth crashed into the wall like a train going into one of the painted tunnels.
Into the source wall.
Bam. Yes.
It was sad.
And Garth Wong, yes, All In is killing it. I am loving it. But this, we have Jefferson is back. His kids are back. You know what I loved?
His wife is back.
An ex-wife. Their exes finally. Yep. I did not like her on the TV show at all.
I liked her. I
didn't.
That's why I like this book because it really feels like a continuation of the TV show. And I thought the CW show was one of the better CW shows out there, even though it's kind of wonky in some areas.
Yes,
yeah, that last season. But I really enjoyed this, and I really love the family dynamic. Here we have, a father who is solely like devoted to keeping his family safe and to take care of them. And you have Lightning that's just like, Dad, let me be my own person. And then you have Thunder, who some weird stuff is happening. And you kind of, so I didn't think that the person that was on the train at the end was going to be Thunder, even though they hinted like hell to the fact that after absolute power, people got their powers back and were either diminished, enhanced, or completely changed. So the whole thing now is Thunder's powers are changing, and now the Piercies have to find out how to help her. And I don't know. I really like the dynamic. I really like seeing him talk to Superman as equals.
Superman looked amazing. Fico can draw. I think that's how you say his name. Fico. He draws a very impressive Superman.
Yeah. The story was good. It kept a nice pace. It gave just enough backstory to get you where you needed to be. And I didn't think that the exposition was too heavy-handed. What was your thoughts?
As opposed to Arcbound, which just talked to talk. I don't know if they were paid by the word or the letter, but I liked that what happened in this book, even with the atoms. So if you didn't read the All-In book, the Justice League has this giant satellite now, and it is home to many different hero groups. And Black Lightning and Lightning go up there with this new person, and they're accepted. It's just like the universe. The DC universe is once again whole.
Yeah.
Something that I feel like the Marvel universe is not. So that is Superman. Big chest. Very well done. The art in this is spectacular. It really is. The story was great. I'm very excited. Another DC series to be reading.
I think you really should pick it up, honestly. If you're on the fence about something new you want to read, and of course it's gonna be traded, I think this is one that you should definitely pick up as individual issues. Number one, to support it, and number two, I just think I like the family dynamic angle. I like how everyone is working together, and if this is just a tease of what Mark Waid is going to be doing in his Justice League Unlimited series, and having everyone working together and having like a rotating roster and people come together, then I'm all for it.
Wait till you read that.
I hate you so much sometimes. All right, everybody. If you haven't already, please put in the hashtag EXPTGC variant to enter our giveaway. If you could, JD, if you could please show that beautiful cover. Yes, that is the cover of the comic we just talked about. No spoilers, although we did spoil a little bit, but you're gonna love it anyway. You're probably just not even gonna take it out. And,
Steve, are you a father? Because you have a lot of dad jokes.
He really does. Steve definitely has.
This one was funny though. I snickered at this one.
Yeah, he's definitely got those dad jokes on lock. So if you haven't already, please put it in. You got 1 minute when the big hand goes on the 6 for 6:56. We're gonna go through. Oh, it just happened. All right.
Thank you everyone for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell your comic book fans about us. Tell your comic book fans about the experience. Stay tuned because after us is Sketch Up with Mog and Mel. They are live from Hawaii. Holy jeepers, that's going to be great.
Okay,
all right.
All right, JD, let's go, my friend. Let's roll that beautiful
comic footage.
All righty. Who's the big winner? Who's the big winner? Who's the big winner? Lewis, sorry. Luis.
Piazza.
I added some extra to it.
Piazza. Be sure to fill out this form, and Des will send it right out to you. He mails it on the weekends because, he works now. He got a 9-to-5 job, and he's got like a 2-hour train ride with the ruffians from the earth.
But I am working 9 to 5. Like, Dolly ain't got nothing on me right now. So, but again, want to say thank you everyone for tuning in every week. We do appreciate you all. Like I said before, if it wasn't for you guys, it'd just be two, old geeks talking about comics. And, we want to share our knowledge, and our expertise with all of you listeners
and opinions.
And
don't forget about opinions.
Yes, yes. And I'm wondering if you've seen the commercial that they made for us. We laughed at it. It was hilarious. So, but yeah, thank you so much for everybody. Stay tuned for Mog and Mel from beautiful Hawaii. They're going to be definitely having a lot of sketching. As always, like, share, subscribe, and tip JD on your way out. See you later, everybody.
Yes. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.